Hey y'all, my name is Meredith and today I'm going to be showing you 3 gluten-free dips for game day. The 3 gluten-free dips we're making today are rotel dip, jalapeno popper dip, and cowboy caviar. The reason I'm doing 3 dips all in one video is because you can actually make all 3 of them kind of at the same time, and that makes it so much easier when it comes to game day. Although these are easy to make kind of all at one time, I'm going to be making each one of these separately for the sake of this video. I am going to put up my hair and wash my hands so we can get started on my 3 gluten-free game day dips, starting with rotel dip. For this recipe, you will need 2 pounds of hot Jimmy Dean sausage. I cooked mine a day in advance, which makes it super easy. And then your second ingredient will be 32 ounces of Velveeta cheese. In a large pot, add your ground sausage that has been cooked and drained, and then cube up your Velveeta cheese just a little bit smaller than it is now so it melts easier. Pour in 2 10-ounce cans of rotel and green chilies into the pot. You do not need to drain it. Give it a good mix and then stick it on the stove. You can put it on low to medium until it melts and stir often. And that's it for the rotel dip. Let's move on to the jalapeno popper dip. In a large mixing bowl, add 1 cup of sour cream and 3/4 of a cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Set that aside and chop up 3 medium-sized jalapenos. Slice them in half and scrape out the centers, which is the seeds and the membrane, and then dice them up. Add those into your mixing bowl. Add a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, 1 8-ounce softened block of cream cheese, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Dice up 2 green onions and add them into your bowl. You're going to want to dice up a little extra to use later, but forget about that for now. And then chop up 8 pieces of cooked bacon. I made my bacon in advance at the same time that I made my cooked sausage for the rotel dip, so if you want to get ahead of the game, go ahead and do that. Add your bacon into the bowl, leave about 1/4 of a cup on the side because you're going to use that to sprinkle on top later. Give it a good stir, make sure it's well combined. Once it is well combined, add it into a 1.5 quart baking dish and spread it out evenly. Sprinkle with the leftover 1/4 cup of cooked bacon that you saved, as well as a 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Bake in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until it is bubbly. When it comes out, sprinkle it with 1 more chopped up green onion and you're ready to serve. For cowboy caviar, which is our 3rd dip, we are going to start with the vinaigrette. In a small mixing bowl, add a 1/4 cup of lime juice, you can use fresh if you want, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper, 1 tablespoon of honey, and a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Whisk it together and set it aside. In a medium-sized mixing bowl, add 1 can of black beans that have been rinsed and drained and 1 can of whole kernel sweet corn. Then dice up 1 small red bell pepper. Throw that into your bowl and now dice up 1 jalapeno, scrape out the insides, which is the membranes and the seeds. The more you scrape out, the less spicy it will be, so if you want it spicier, go ahead and leave the membranes and the seeds in there if you want. Add your jalapeno into the bowl and then chop up 1/3 of a cup of fresh cilantro and 3/4 of a cup of diced red onion. For your last ingredient, dice up 2 whole avocados, toss them into your bowl, and stir everything until it's well combined. Add in your vinaigrette, give it a good stir, it'll start to absorb a little bit, and then you are ready to serve. Okay, my 3 gluten-free game day dips are all done. Now I just have to decide which one to eat first. Okay, we'll go in order of which ones I made first. So the rotel dip you can either leave on low on the stove, or I like to transfer mine to a crock pot. This one is probably my favorite. I've been eating this since high school. It's so easy to make, only 3 ingredients, and so tasty. This is my jalapeno popper dip. I love jalapenos, therefore I love this dip. It's perfectly creamy. I scrape out the insides of the jalapeno so it's not too spicy, but it does have a bit of a kick. And with the bacon and the cheddar cheese, it kind of tastes like a baked potato, but with jalapenos and on a chip. Can't go wrong. Last but not least is my Cowboy caviar, our one cold dip. Let me get some avocado in there. The vinaigrette is nice and tangy. I love that the corn is sweet. It is the perfect mixture. You can put this on top of tacos. You can eat it with chips. It's perfect on its own. The full recipe for my gluten-free game day dips is in the link down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to know what you think if you make these in your own kitchen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.